Very important question needs answering today. Are Terry and I truly married? Canadian Embassy, Bangkok, straight ahead. This whole pandemic thing has opened up more opportunity for wickedness and corruption than we've seen in a long time.
So here we are in Bangkok working to get our marriage certificate stamped.
I can tell you're smiling. The immigration officials in Sircha, our hometown, have been our friends for all of these years, and now they have become the most corrupt group of government officials that I know of, that I've seen in a while. And what happened is so many people got stuck in the country and couldn't leave, so a special fee was levied, right? And people stuck, they agreed to pay the special fee, and now we are expected to pay a bribe every time we just want to extend our visa. So they find some reason to frustrate you to the point that you finally just say, okay, pay the bribe, we're done. And then it's a walk in the park, staying 10 meters apart. That's the rules. 10 meters, 10 meters behind me, honey. So our Vital Statistics Alberta, Canada, marriage certificate could be a fake. Last minute, no, you got to go get this notarized from the Department of Foreign Affairs in Bangkok, which is way up in the north end of the city. I think there's a fat fetish around here. So here's the deal. You make an appointment with the Canadian Embassy online. Okay, that's going to be next week. You go in, go through all the procedures of the Canadian Embassy, and get them to stamp your marriage certificate that says this is a genuine marriage certificate. We've seen it at the Canadian Embassy, notarized, basically. Okay, we got that done. We have our copy of our marriage certificate.
It's been confirmed, we are married.
And we have a stamp to prove that it's for real. And then you take that to the Department of Foreign Affairs, and they stamp their stamp on the backside of the Canadian Embassy stamp to prove that the Canadian Embassy stamp is not a fake stamp. This is the real deal. Day 2, Bangkok. We've been offered help by 3 different, what do you call those guys? Shysters?
We've had encounter with several guys that offered to help us with the stamp without having to go inside the building if we just pay under the table. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, right? And then you get inside the building, it warns you about the guys that are outside. I think they should change that.
We do the Canadian Embassy thing, get to the Foreign Affairs thing. We've got an appointment made online with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We've got our QR code. And you show up there, it's mayhem, it's just mayhem everywhere. So we come up to the counter, give our stuff to the girl, and the girl says, we can't stamp this stamp. And I'm like, yeah, that's why we're here, because the Sircha Immigration sent us here because they won't renew the passport or won't renew the visa until we have this stamp. And they said, well, we can't give you the stamp until you renew your visa, so you're gonna have to go back home to Sircha and get the visa renewed, and then we can give you the stamp. And I said, you know, I'm not going anywhere. I'm standing right here because I'm stuck between 2 government departments now. That happens a lot. And it kind of vying for who's got the most authority or who's the toughest, right? And who can order you around the most. And you just have to stand there, you know? And eventually you'll get it because, you know, they're gonna have to close and go home. So finally, you know, the old lady, the big boss comes over, and we kind of sort it out, and in the end, okay, you're gone. There's your stamp. I'm just so good to you because I'm just such a lovely person. Well, she was kind of a sweet old lady.
I think I'm done with Bangkok and everything else that goes with it. I want to go home.
Yeah, that's enough. Then bring it home. We get home after 2 days of running around Bangkok. So we get back to Sircha 2 minutes before immigration closes. We already have to pay for 1 day's fine for being overstaying our visa, and then it's 500 baht each per day, so we don't want to do that again. So we get in there. It's just mayhem. It's just nuts. And you know what? This is not a hill that I'm willing to let my peace die on. So I'm gonna laugh it off, because when all's said and done, they gotta go home at night, and we get to go home too, and then we can, you know, eat good stuff and hang out and do good things and carry on in the ministry. So every month we have to send in a report with pictures of what we've been doing, the description of the work that we've been doing. So you know what this report's gonna be? We spent half the month working on getting ready to renew our work permit and our visa, running around Bangkok, taking pictures and doing all this crazy stuff. Yeah, so there you have it. That's what we do here. What a waste of time. But God's a redeemer, And I can do more in the time that we've got left over because I keep my peace and we keep smiling than those guys can do all day sitting in behind those desks taking bribes and go home grumpy. Oh yeah, no smiling when you go into the immigration office.